The Olympic marathon trials in Orlando did not disappoint. The top 3 women and top 2 men locked up their spots for the Paris Summer Olympics. The women's race was a thriller. In her debut marathon, Fiona O'Keeffe ran away from the field after mile 18, finishing in a trials record of 2:22:10. O'Keeffe actually qualified for the trials by running a quick half marathon, but she's obviously a natural at the pole.
It wasn't necessarily the plan all along for this to be my debut, but it's just kind of the way that training has worked out. My first half was only 2 years ago, so I guess I'm just young still. So this was kind of when it naturally made sense in the progression of my training. On the track, like, to be a great 10K runner, to get medals, you might have to close in a 62, and that's really not me. And there's something about the road that's just really cool, like spending time in your own head and the way that the races you get to work together and stuff.
In second place was American record holder Emily Sisson. She finished 31 seconds behind O'Keeffe in 2:22:42. This will be her first Olympics in the marathon, but she did make the 10K team in Tokyo.
I thought Fiona looked great, so I tried to just keep my eyes on her, and I thought if I just kept running my pace, maybe I could reel her back in, and maybe I could pick it up the last few miles, but I was hurting a bit, and so I was like, just top three, make this team. So yeah, Fiona ran a great race. That's an amazing debut. I was hurting earlier on than I expected, so I actually looked ahead at the lead vehicle at one point, and I saw Dina Castor sitting there, and I've read her book before, and I really was thinking about it in the moment, how she has always said the power of the positive mind and positivity. So I was like, okay, think of Dina Castor, think like her right now. And I just tried to hang on to the group as long as I could. And towards the end, I was like, just keep running this pace, just keep running this pace. And yeah, I'm excited. I think we're sending a really good team.
The last Olympic spot went to Dakotah Lindwurm. The Puma athlete who trains in Minnesota finished strong in 2:25:31. This is her first time making Team USA.
It feels so good. If I've dreamed of this once, I've dreamed of it 1,000 times. It almost doesn't feel real. I can't tell you how many times I've pictured holding this American flag, and I don't know if I'm ever going to take it off. My whole life, my dad's told me that anybody can beat anybody on any given day, so especially later in the race when I was passing Betsy and Sarah Hall, I just was telling myself, hey, I can be just as good as these women, and I can make these moves and be confident doing it.
Jess McLean finished in 4th place, and 40-year-old Sarah Hall finished 5th with a new American Masters record of 2:26:06.
Pretty rough, but good. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm so happy. That's all I can be. And her team is going to be knockout. So I'll just train my ass off through August and step up if I need to. But otherwise, just going to cheer for those 3. They're going to crush it.
I never would have thought I'd still be doing this at this point, so I'd never say never. I'm just going to keep doing it as long as I'm enjoying it and improving, which has still been right now at 40. So I feel really thankful for that, and thankful to my team for everything they put in to get me here.
The men's race in Orlando was full of action. Zach Panning led for much of the race, setting an aggressive pace and dropping everyone except Connor Mantz and Clayton Young. But at mile 23, Panning started to fade. From there, the rest of the race was essentially a coronation for Mantz and Young. Mantz ultimately won in 2:09:05, and Young was just 1 second behind him. This will be the first Olympic team for both of them.
I didn't want to have the mentality that I had to, that was my spot. I had that mentality for a little bit of time, and it really, I think, messed up my psyche for about a week of training. And so I really had to be like, no, there's just 2 spots. That's just the way it is. I got to go into this race and compete. It's not a feeling of relief. It's a feeling of gratitude toward all those who helped me, gratitude toward my coaches, my family, Clayton, all the many training partners we've had both in the past and currently. And it's just like a dream come true.
So we knew we had to go 1-2 to be able to secure our spots. And there's this weird thing where if one of us took 3rd, we couldn't go chase another spot either, right? Because we've already unlocked 1 spot for the United States. And so we kind of had to do what we just did. We came through on what we had committed to, and that was to go 1-2. And I'm hoping that that 3rd spot is unlocked for Lenny. We want him there with us, obviously, and I think it will be.
The 2 train together in Utah, and they're really good friends, so they did a lot of soaking up the crowd in the last few miles.
Yeah, I just wanted to enjoy every single moment to the finish line. About 2 miles out, I just knew that we were going to get there together. And even though I might have been feeling better, I just wanted to take every step of the way with Connor over those last couple miles, and that's how it shook out, and I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, Connor's the one that has pulled me through this entire build day in and day out in practice, And he works hard, and he deserves this just as much as I do. And it definitely is a team effort.
It's been nice to have him as a mentor, a friend. I mean, his wife makes us breakfast after our runs sometimes. My wife and I have babysat his kids a couple times. I don't know, it's just a great relationship, great friendship.
It's almost as close to a marriage as you would think. We have our disagreements sometimes. We fight, we quarrel, we're very, very competitive, but not today, Satan. We've definitely been able to work through the competitiveness and come out on top. And at the end of the day, Connor and I are better when we work together.
In third place was Leonard Carrier, who closed hard to finish in 2:09:57.
So the last time I finished fourth, my leadership told me, don't worry about it. You finish fourth, go train for it, you will make the next one. Today, I told myself I need to keep everything to make sure that I at least finish number 3. I'm so happy. To finish that is for everybody who is starting in the Army. So I'm so happy, and I say thank you to everybody.
He has a decent shot of going to Paris, but he's going to have to wait until May 5th to find out officially. It's a bit complicated, but the US men have only unlocked 2 spots so far, so only Mantz and Young are guaranteed to go to Paris right now.
I think it's just for me to wait now. I'm hoping I'm going to get this. I think it's possible.
Elkanah Kibet finished in 4th place, just 5 seconds behind Carrier. His time of 2:10:02 makes him the new American Masters record holder. And rounding out the top 5 was CJ Albertson, who moved up a bunch in the last 10K to finish in 2:10:07. Zach Pinning would ultimately finish in 6th.
Hindsight 2020. I'm really proud of how I raced, and I think I did everything I could. So
honestly, my heart breaks for Zach for taking 6th, because he is what made that race happen today.
Okay, so that's a wrap from Orlando, but make sure to check out Runner's World for post-race recaps and interviews with some of the top athletes. So how do you think Team USA will do this summer? Let us know in the comments.